gee, that's pretty. Say, you know, you ought to give it to her yourself. That is, if nothing happens.
Ah, shut up, Satchel Buddy. It's nothing like that. The carnival leaves tomorrow. He's going with it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Rhubarb will be at the game tomorrow, won't he, Eric?
Of course, that's where the luck comes in.
How about it, Jaeger?
Sure, Rhubarb will be at the game.
Well, how about Copper?
No, it's cold out there.
Then stay in here. If it's too cold for you, it's too cold for the law. After all, he's only wearing woman underwear and a 15-pound overcoat.
How about you? Do you know anything?
No, it's news to me too, Bill.
But I can't understand it. He's a swell little guy.
All right.
Calling Mareks. Calling Mareks.
Come in, Arab.
Roth and Shane got here with the money, all right, but someone has just captured them in the outer cave.
2.5, 3 to 1.
You'll have to get a pretty good kid. Stevens may have had a lot of setups, but he's still one of the best.
Stevens does what I tell him.
But you say, have guns. Whole tribe. Catch 2 white men.
They're coming in on the first train over the spur line. Be here this afternoon.
Blackhawk no believe. Spur line no finish.
Those Texans. When bigger stories are told, Texans will tell them. That ought to fit in with the kind of stuff they're looking for upstairs.
I'm making my own decisions. I've been making them for a couple of years. You should have figured that out and stayed off my back.
I won't forget it if that'll make any difference.
It does.
That's right, Mike. Talk through your teeth while you still got them. Let's go. You're not stupid enough to use that here in broad daylight. Try me.
Where's Mr. Rockford?
In his study, ma'am. I'll go and...
Oh, Matt.
The Indians may no longer ride over the land of their forefathers.
You know the regulation?
Yes. And what are we to do on the reservation? Move stones from one place to another? Dig holes one day and fill them up the next? This is Big Thunder.
Bishop area negative.
Understand. Bishop area negative.
Flower 1 out.
All right, where are your pals?
What pals?
Cliff Small and George Shum. We know you're running with them.
Well, if you know that, then you know where they are.
How old are you?
18.
What's your name?
Julius Carver.
Everything okay?
Hey, Gumba. I need a favor.
Nino, when are you going to get a job?
I got a good lead tomorrow. But the suits and the cleaners, you know?
How much?
A couple of bucks should do it. I get the job, I pay back everything I owe you.
I didn't even know there was one. But I ask you to check. A man's burned to death now. Do you realize what that means?
Terrible accident.
Accident. In all these years, nothing like this has ever happened to me.
You know what they say. When you play with matches.
Well, come on, get something and help. It'll be dark soon. What's the matter with you? You want to sit out here in this raft all night?
No, but we might have to.
Well, not if you do something. Apache arrow. Apaches are bad Indians. Comanches are good Indians. Everyone knows that.
They didn't come here to watch me cheat myself. So spit it out. Here, everybody minds their own business.
I can't get anybody to buy me anything.
Maybe if you'd stop crying in their beer all the time about being homesick, you'd make out better. It's a long walk back to Memphis, Tennessee.
We must act quickly.
We must not act quickly.
Oh, you have a reason why we must not.
You are the reason.
Short. Yards. 5-0.
Short yards, 5-0. That's right, still. They say that's their limit.
Preoccupation you have with your extremities, always cleaning your fingernails. It distracts me.
Well, my mother used to have a sign over the kitchen sink. It said, cleanliness is next to godliness. Okay?
Put your hand.
I hope you got someplace special in mind. Seems like every place we turn up, they've got a necktie party already and waiting for us. Yeah.
He's worried how you're gonna make out. He's the right guy, Miss Kratzner. He worries about little things. Like he's your father, you know? Be a good kid. Take the dough.
She looks frightened. I know that look. It was in the faces of all my people in the town where we used to live. Everyone had to show his fear, like a brand on cattle. Forget to be afraid, and you would be whipped into line. It's a terrible way to live. Yeah.
How will the tourists be able to see me? Huh? Way up there at the top of the mountain.
Observation platform.
They'd be out of their minds not to come across now. No, we're not cutting any corners. 3 million.
Oh, there he is, the last of the big tycoons.
Yeah. The banks have a built-in radar for box office. They can smell a winner.
Shep, there was no flurry. He was swinging from bell to bell.
Pretty good show, huh?
But that company could be a shield for some other activity. Strike us.
You're very clever, Excellency.
No, you're stupid.
Never a minute off schedule, never any surprises.
Well, she doesn't have to worry about him walking in on her. Sometimes I wonder if maybe he doesn't know.
How could he know?
I looked in the wagon. Was that all they gave you in Billings?
Yes, that do us for a while.
About a week at best.
I'd say we've about used up our credit. What happens when that's gone?
Well, then we just ought to wait and see what happens.
Where's Captain Reichardt asking?
Where is Reichardt?
There's Todt. Da drinnen.
He's dead in the building.
You're quick. Slow to kill, though. It's not always good.
The edge you gave me, I didn't have to kill.
You might not have the edge next time.
I am Unta, son of Hotala, chief of all the Seminoles.
We're not looking for any trouble.
You will all die.
I took care of that control agent. Good. But he was meeting another agent who I recognized. Maxwell's smart.
No, I never came across him.
You never will.
You think I'd wait for nighttime?
You delight me there. Now that it's me who's all alone. You get yours!
You're threatening me, you wart.
You got half this town stirred up.
If they see water in the desert where there is no water, it's their eyes that lie, not my mouth.
Live long and prosper. Image of Sirac. Father of all we now hold true.
What are the targets?
A couple of packages sent over from Vandenberg.
So that's it. ABM. We've been ordered to assist the Army in bridging the gulf that now exists between itself and the people.
Ah. Yeah, well, I guess... Maybe I thought I saw something. But
You
maybe
did see something, I can tell.
I guess that's what you'd say it was. I was on a stretch, full out. And all of a sudden, I wasn't in Pennsylvania anymore.
Excuse me, Lieutenant. I had to play it as though you were serious. You don't really believe all those foolish things you say, do you?
I believe you killed Sharon Martin, and I believe you're trying to kill Dr. Heidemann.
You couldn't even do that, right?
I cut it. I just didn't figure on the auxiliary power pack.
You didn't figure anything.
I can only describe it as hypergravity, Captain. More powerful than any we've ever encountered. It's dragging the Enterprise toward it.
I hate you.
We don't hate you. There's no need for hate now. Or love.
This simple feeling is beyond Vidra's comprehension.
Stay awake. Kathy, it's Dr. Canuck.
She looked to him for hope, but only a miracle could save her life.
Ariel must be a big man in the Histadrut. If he can offer you something like that.
I have been, and always shall be, your friend.
You're wrong. They wouldn't have filed without that gun, without that kind of evidence, and you know it. What have you got? You got another voice ID. You just said it yourself. Foster's pushing for another writ, and he'll walk away, Hooker. He'll walk away again.
I have been, and ever shall be, your friend.
I knew that you would eventually come to appreciate my charms.
Yes, well, I was so foolish to resist you.
Yes. What about Aladdin?
Who?
I will rip open Ultra Magnus and every other Autobot until the Matrix has been destroyed. To Cybertron!
How do you propose to solve this minor problem?
Simple logic will suffice. I believe I shall begin by making use of this map. I have the distance and bearing which were provided by Commander Uhura.
If we juxtapose our coordinates, we should be able to find our destination, which lies at 283.7 degrees.
I think we'll find what we're looking for at the Station Institute in Sausalito.
I'm preparing to toast a marshmallow.
Oh, I'll be there. A marshmallow. Where'd you learn to do that?
Before leaving the ship, I consulted the computer library to familiarize myself with the customs associated with camping out.
The soldiers with their rifles and sticks that they use to beat people. And in the middle of this scene, my mother gave me a pillow. She said to me, "Here, my son, be sure not to sit on the cold, bare ground."
Ambassador, the reason for my coming here has never been more clear. The union of the Vulcan and the Romulan people will not be achieved by politics or by diplomacy, but it will be achieved. If I were human, I believe my response would be, go to hell. If I were human.
You've had your fun, boy. Don't touch that.
Gotcha.
It belongs to me. Bring it here.
Dr. Jekyll? Dr. J?
My name is Mr. Hyde.
May I sit down?
Just a minute, I'll get you a seat. Checkmate. Later, Earl.
Hello, I'm Leonard Nimoy. The following tale of alien encounters is true, and by true, I mean false. It's all lies, but they're entertaining lies, and in the end, isn't that the real truth? The answer is no. This is a great honor for us, Your Majesty. We come from Earth, with good wishes from our civilization.
Honor guard. Welcome to Earth, Kaelu Shah. I give you greetings.
I return your greetings. Commander Conrad, isn't it?
Here, sir, they call me Colonel. Even though they be kings, even though they have power, even though they might think themselves superior, they are still human. And no human is perfect. No human can escape sin. Mistakes. Serena. Please. Come closer.
How can I be sure you're not...
Surely, you know your own father. No matter how I look.
I'm trying to better myself. You know, trying to improve my life. Can you help me out?
Well, I've been sitting here for about 20 minutes, and I must say you've made quite an impression.
I get that a lot.
As far as I can see, you've reached the apex of your capabilities. I cannot imagine that you could exceed the level of achievement you've already attained. She has been chosen, like her mother before her.
What?
In times of danger, the crystal will choose a host, one of royal blood, to protect itself and its people. It will accept no other. There are so few Vulcans left. We cannot afford to ignore each other.
Then why did you send Kirk aboard when you alone could have explained the truth?
Because you needed each other. I could not deprive you of the revelation of all that you could accomplish together, of a friendship that will define you both, in ways you cannot yet realize. Enoch the Altrusian has escaped our custody. He has overtaken the central pylon and its crystals, and now plans to lead his army of Sleestack on a rampage across time and space. If you're hearing this, heed my warning.
You gotta guard him, because he's the key to the whole thing.
Indeed I am. What you must realize, my Autobot brothers, is we were never going to win the war. For the sake of our planet's survival, a deal had to be made with Megatron.
Is someone there?
Down here on your desk.
Spock?
I need to speak with you. Walternet was intent on finding a means to cross between universes, just as you were. He didn't succeed, but it stands to reason the technology we need might be here. It's been a while since we've had a Falcon in Zambezi. We must stand together. Khan Noonien Singh is the most dangerous adversary the Enterprise ever faced. He is brilliant, ruthless, and he will not hesitate to kill every single one of you.